Hello grade 11s. Today I'm looking at still the Loci section, and this is another drawing of a cam. This is on page 105 in your workbooks. So this time we've progressed, so they haven't given you the displacement graph. You have to now draw the displacement graph. They've given you the details down here and all the measurements that you need. They say that your camshaft has a diameter of 20, its rotation is clockwise. Here is what you need to draw with your displacement graph. There are your instructions: draw the camshaft and the follower detail, draw the displacement graph. They've given you your scale and the vertical scale, label the graph, and you've got to include the scale. Project and draw the cam profile, show all the necessary construction. So from the details here, it's saying from the center to our lowest point, so in other words where 0 is, they say that that height is 30. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm marking off my height of 30. And then it's 55. So I'm projecting this height across now. And we need to draw the displacement graph. It says 8 millimeters. So if it's 8 millimeters, 12 times 8 will give you the total length that you need here. So if I come and measure, I need 96. So I can make there my end at 96. And this point there would be my 0 point for my displacement graph. I've marked off my 8 millimeter splits here, and I'm now drawing in my vertical lines. What I can do is check my height measurement. So it says here in the specification, the follower rises 20, there's a dwell, rises 30. So overall our total height or maximum height that it rises is a height of 50. So that gives me an idea where I need to project my highest point. I'm going to finish off drawing in these points now. Now we need to remember to label everything here. So the heading, I'm going to carry on doing those. The scale was 8 millimeters to 30 degrees, and our vertical scale is 1 to 1. Now we can worry about doing the drawing here. So in the drawing it says 0 to 90, the follower rises 20 with uniform motion. So at 90 we mark off a height of 20, and we would join that line up. Next it says from 90 to 150 is a dwell period. Our dwell is when it stays still, so that's just a horizontal line. Next, from 150 to 240 it rises 30. So 30 is to the top here, and that's up to 240. So I join that up with a straight line. From 240 to the end at 360, returns to its original position, so it falls. And there is our displacement graph completed. Let's move back here and draw our follower and the camshaft. They said that that camshaft had a diameter of 20. I've just drawn that. Remember, here's the perfect time for you to use your circle stencil. We need to label the direction. They said that the direction was clockwise. There's my arrow, and we need to do the hatching of the camshaft. Marks get awarded for doing these small little things, so make sure that you are doing these small little things, putting in the arrow for the direction of rotation and hatching your camshaft. Much the same with your labels. Now let's draw the follower. There is my follower drawn in to the specifications down here at the bottom. Now our next step will be to put in our pizza slices and label them. Where the follower is always 0. So this can change where the follower is going to be, but the follower is always at 0. The direction of rotation is clockwise, so we have to label always anti-clockwise, because it is the cam that rotates and not the follower. Whoa. Now we can start projecting our points across to the center line. Now we always have to project to the vertical line. We can't project it to any angle because that wouldn't be the true length. So we always have to project to the vertical line, then transfer the measurements. The same if they move where the follower is. So if they move the follower over here, you still have to take your measurements to this vertical line, because that's the true length, and then transfer with the compass the measurements around. Now let's speed up this process a little bit. I've got point 0, there it is. Now I'm going to project a few more points, so up to 150 I'm going to project all at the same time. So there is 30, 60, and that's 90 to 150. Now let's transfer them using my compass. There's my distance of 30, distance of 60, and 90 to 150. So I'm going to draw that in because there was a dwell period. So as you get better with that, you can take more points across. Just make sure that you label them correctly there. I'm going to now take across these points up to the top here. So there's 180, 210 and 240. Let's transfer those around. And that is the end of the CAM drawing here on page 105.